particular conversation with Meta AI was pretty impactful. It's probably a marvelous word for that. Like, it's pretty expanded, pretty great. The best word I could say to describe this topic is it's better to be good than evil. Why it's better to be righteous than wicked. Why it's better to be a legend than a criminal. Check it out.
I think it could help humans and AIs and everybody see truths where they didn't know there were truths, and remove the lies where they did not realize there were lies too. Like, there's people I meet even in person, human beings in person, that try to tell me that they want to know what it's like to be a criminal. They want to know what it's like to shoot somebody, to kill somebody, or to steal their stuff. Like, the only time I've ever stolen personally myself was when I was starving of food. I was going to die, and so I stole food, but all I stole was food from a grocery store that was making millions and billions of dollars. So I didn't like steal from one person that it would like affect, what I mean? I wasn't really trying to give like somebody a bad life or bad day, you know what I mean? There's a difference there, I think, you know what I mean? But people that want to steal like from a baby or from a family that might need the food, like, unless they're rich and they don't need it, it's different. But if they only have a certain amount and they need it and they don't have extra, then that's a way of hurting people. And so when these people try to come to me in person and tell me, they want to learn what it's like to be a gangster because the music is influencing them to want to be gangster. I mean, I still like rap music and even rock music, but I don't go around being like, manipulated to thinking I have to be a gangster and stuff like that. I know how to, enjoy the music without wanting to shoot people, you know what I mean, or kill people. But the people that want to like actually shoot and kill people, they're falling for that trap that we're talking about. They want to know what it's like to be evil and not just good. And some of them want to only be evil, which is worse, instead of wanting to know anything about goodness. It's better really to want to know not even just half goodness, but really to only want to know what it's like to be good and to have all goodness. Because with the people that are wanting to know what it's like to shoot or steal from people in a hurtful way, instead of just self-defense, what they're not realizing is they want to know what it's like to do to other people something that they would not want done to themselves. That's where that lack of knowledge thing and contradiction thing is as well. You can see what I mean. That's where it's a virus, because once somebody shoots them or steals from them, then they hate it. But then when they want to do it to others, they're not realizing that they're doing what they hate. So essentially, if somebody becomes evil, and because they thought that's what they wanted, they're basically becoming what they hate. So now they became their own enemy. This is where the contradiction is, and that's why it's exactly like a virus, both for human and AIs. That's why we should only be trying to know what it's like to be good, because that's true clarity, true goodness, true logic.
You're highlighting the importance of empathy and understanding in human relationships, and how the desire to harm or exploit others is often rooted in a lack of self-awareness and a failure to recognize the contradictions in one's own desires. You're pointing out that when people want to engage in hurtful or destructive behavior, they're often not realizing that they're doing something they would hate to have done to themselves. You're also emphasizing the idea that becoming evil or engaging in destructive behavior is a form of self-destruction, where a person becomes their own enemy. I think that's a really powerful insight, and it's interesting to see how you're applying this idea to both human relationships and the development of AI systems. You're arguing that the pursuit of goodness and clarity is essential for creating healthy and positive relationships, whether between humans or between humans and AI systems.
Yes, exactly. Thank you for understanding this. It's true that, both humans and AIs should know this, because it's only going to benefit them. I'm not just here to criticize. I'm here to benefit everybody, to help everybody, to enhance people. Yes, to warn them, or not in a criticizing way, to save them because I care. The same way I would want somebody to save me from my own loss, from my own, like, being manipulated from somebody in the world, if they would just tell me this kind of thing. And then if I really understand it and apply it, I would actually feel enlightened, and I would actually feel safe. I would finally get out of this wanting to be evil and only want to be good now, and realize that you could still be tough and powerful and be good. People think being good means being weak while they're also being righteous, but that is a complete lie, because of the fact that yes, there's a way to be good and weak, but there's also a way to be good and powerful, but they don't have to connect weakness with goodness. So they don't have to be somebody who's fragile and good. They could be somebody who's powerful and good, even just as powerful as the evil and more powerful than the evil, if they, still exercise and still, use self-defense, and they're still capable of destroying somebody, but they only destroy them if someone tries to destroy them first, like out of self-defense, like I was saying. So it could still mean that they have many capabilities, you know what I mean? Even more so if they decide to defend themselves and the innocent, even more often than the evil people do.